don't know if you guys hear. I feel like my fan in the background is way too fucking loud.
Can't hear it.
I maybe
It's
can
all.
hear it.
It's all I
sure.
can hear in the background. All right, fire noise.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 235 of the STS Guys. I'm Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. How's it going this week, guys? And Scott, it hasn't been that long. And I'm Scott.
It's your
I was just doing it for. I was just doing it for show.
Was it a dramatic effect? I said, bravo.
It was for dramatic effect.
Bravo.
Like,
Bravo.
is he there? Is he not there? It's Scott. Is he
He's
somebody
paying
else?
attention.
No,
He's just being an asshole. Yeah, that's me.
It's Scott. Wait. Real quick. Real important. It's been a week.
Oh, okay. I told you, give me
Too
a second.
fast.
There's a
Dramatic
delay.
effect.
It's been a week.
I don't know if it's like
Dramatic effect.
like I just
Right
don't
on.
know if
Dramatic
it's like a slow internet connection or whatever, but yeah, there's a definite like lag whenever I scroll on the scroll wheel on the side here. So
Mine
maybe
was
a second
really
before I hit
weird.
buttons.
Mine was really slow and weird last time. Like I couldn't see any of the buttons you pressed, any of that stuff. That was the one where
Yeah.
you like disappeared halfway through. Like I don't know what's going on.
We were having tons of tech issues last time, so hopefully nothing. I think I solved my tech issues, but yeah,
I could see
fingers
the little
crossed.
pop up, so that's good. I heard that it's been a week music. I couldn't hear it last time. So
Yeah, so
But
we
yeah.
got that going on here. My sound mixer hasn't randomly just shut off.
it's a
So
plus.
which is what was happening last week. So that's going on. So that's good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's out doing cool guy stuff, and here
Having
we
a
are.
life. Right.
Yeah.
Up there.
Hey, it happens. It happens. But now and again, as we have life events.
Seems like we've had a lot recently, actually. It's been a busy like first part of 2023. I think it's because like don't want to rubber stamp it here to say it's done, but like it seems like COVID's pretty much done, forgotten, over, like eradicated, because now people want to go out and socialize again. Like for a while, like COVID was done, but people were still like, I don't want to go socialize, right? Now it's like the rubber stamp. They're like, nope, socializing time. Let's get this done. It is. I am telling
People
you,
don't
I
care
am.
anymore.
So my wife has COVID.
Oh,
she's fine. But we went to California last week.
well, that's your
and,
problem.
She's been sick for a day or two, and Ian started to get sick. So COVID's happening in our house right now. It feels like 2020, but now
I spoke too
yeah,
soon.
it's still a thing apparently. It's those Disney kids in California.
Well, it's like getting con crud. I said it just has a formal name now.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a test for it.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. There's a test for the con crud. Like if you're at Disneyland, like I said, convention, whatever, right? Like I said, that it's
Wherever
bound,
you're at, yeah.
bound to happen.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, like I said, I think my super immunity, I said, for the multiple times I've been to Vegas, that petri dish, like I said, of a
Yeah.
city, has given me the ultimate boost of like, I almost feel like I said, Mr. Burns, where like, no, Mr. Burns, like you have everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you have everything.
Right.
at
Like,
once.
literally have everything. You cannot get any sicker. He shoves those little germs through that door.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That exactly.
Right. Juvenile diabetes. Yeah, got that too.
Mhm.
Pregnant? Sure. Why not?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Well, I hope she feels better. Hope your son feels better as well.
Thank you.
But did you have fun in Disneyland at least?
Yeah, dude, it was good. We put this trip off like 2 times. So we had an early spring break, and we went to Disneyland for 3 days. First time since 2020. And then we went to Universal Studios for 2 days. So we were gone for like a week. But it was busy, a lot of walking. It was a little cold out in Southern California. It was like 50s, but it could have been worse weather-wise, but no rain, no snow. We went right after the snow, so that was good. But it was cool, man.
Did you ride the new Tron ride?
No, that's it. That's in Florida. That's at Disney
Florida.
World. There's no, but the new stuff at Disney was the Avengers campus.
Oh,
That wasn't there last time we were there. That was still under construction, so that was open. So we were able to check that out. It's pretty cool. Just like in general, like it's not as cool as like Star Wars Land.
well,
I was gonna say, did you go check out Star Wars Land, Larry? Like,
Yeah. Star Wars Land was there before, so I had seen it before, but and in Florida, right, Disney World. So I've seen it twice. But yes, I did go to Star Wars Land, went on Rise of the Resistance and the Millennium Falcon one again. Both of those are great rides, but like that one, you feel like you're in Star Wars when you kind of walk through that opening area. The Avengers is different because it's just like some buildings, right? There's the Avengers top, like office, because you can't even have it. Right? Yeah, you can't even have like the Avengers Tower because that would just be ridiculous.
It's the white building that's the Avengers compound, right? That's in all the movies.
Their headquarters, kind of. Yeah. Right, where like Hulk sitting outside eating a taco and stuff.
Yeah. That one, right?
You're right. I didn't even realize that, but yes, that's what it's supposed to be. It's like their training place. So like that's their like it's cool. It's not as cool as like Star Wars Land, but it was still cool. We ate at the.
You get the giant chicken parmesan.
Yeah. The Pim restaurant, like I forget what it's called exactly, but the Pim's Kitchen.
Yeah.
So we ate there. We
giant pretzels and
we got the giant pretzel. We didn't get the giant sandwich. We got the 1.5-foot tall pretzel. It was really good. And just like some spaghetti and meatballs with like fake meatballs. Like it was good. It was actually probably like the best food that we ate there was at Pim's Kitchen. And they also have they have a Coca-Cola freestyle machine, but one of the options is that drink that like Stanley drinks that has like Hulk blood in it.
Oh, the green.
Oh,
green.
the soda. What was that soda?
Yeah,
the orange soda that basically had the.
It was green. It's basically like Mountain Dew. It was really good.
Yeah,
it was really good. So I had to get that too. I didn't know they had that, but it was down there in the corner. Like, oh, so you want to try this? I'm like, well, what is this? Like, I think I vaguely remember this from the one scene in the movie. And yes, I did.
So, question, Larry, just because of this. So the Avengers thing, because I actually haven't kept up with the construction. So is the Avengers campus what they got rid of the Country Bears? Like Jamboree or whatever that where it's at?
I think Country Bear Jamboree was in Disneyland. Yeah. This is like just I want to say south, like just before you get to like Cars Land. When you're like walking down that main road to get to like Pixar Pier and like you could veer off.
Is it by like Tower of Terror, right? Like where
it's by Tower of Terror. Yeah. It's like because Tower of Terror, right? It's Marvel.
Yeah, it's Marvel.
It's kind of built in
Operation Breakout, I think.
Yeah, it's built.
Oh, it was the Bugs Land. A Bugs Life. The Bugs Land.
Okay. Yeah.
It was
I never saw Bugs Life. It was always under construction when we went. So yeah, it's right there, right by Cars Land.
I very rarely went to the California Adventures, other than to go on the Tower of Terror, right? Like that was
the first time
Adventure was. I said, hey, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't go to California Adventure more often because I said California Adventure has the beer.
It does. True. So you would go over, you get the park hopper, you go over, get the beer, and then go back to the regular one, and then we go ride. Right, we have the pop gun.
Oh, the Toy Story one. Yeah, Toy Story
Blaster one.
The Pixar Pier, like
the Midway Mania.
Yeah, Midway Mania. That's it.
That one's cool.
So, we had a question, Larry. I'm going to pull it up here.
It's a good question.
It is a good question, Larry. Did you keep the Taylor Swift tickets?
I did. So we're going on Friday. I'm hoping I avoid getting sick, but either way, I'm going. So hopefully my wife's feeling better. But either way, like COVID and all, like I'm going on Friday. So we'll see what happens.
Why wouldn't? Here's the thing. Why wouldn't you?
And I mean, like if I feel absolutely awful, like I'm still going.
No,
but like.
No, you don't. I know you well enough. I'm like, no, you don't. Like,
I'm gonna be there. I don't know. So it should be cool. But yeah, her tour kicks off on Friday in Glendale. And Glendale's renaming the city for the weekend to something Taylor Swift related. That was the big news that came out this weekend there, because we get to be the first city. Yeah, something stupid, but whatever.
So dumb.
Anyway, so the
I get it, but that's so dumb.
It's kind of dumb. That's why I brought it up. It's like Glendale's proud because they got nothing else to be proud of. Not the Cardinals. So the best part of the Avengers Campus, right? There was the new thing was the Spider-Man ride. Like we hadn't been on the Spider-Man ride. It was really cool. It was possibly my favorite ride at Disneyland.
Did you get the Doctor Strange, like I said, modifier thing that you could basically because that's what's cool. So apparently you can get the Doctor Strange, like I said, LED, like I said, like wrist thing, and then it actually modifies the ride. Like I said inside the web shooters ride.
Oh, that's cool. No, I had no idea. I clearly did not do that. I did not know that was a thing. We'll have to do that next time. But yeah, it's really cool, right? It's like you said, it's web shooters. You're helping Spider-Man test out these spider car things, and it gets overrun by these spider bots, and you have to use your hand motions and act like you're shooting webs at these little spider robot things, and you hit them and you get a score, kind of like the Toy Story Midway Mania one, where it keeps track of your score, keeps track of your team score, and shows kind of where you rank at the like a daily rank at the end of the ride and stuff. So it's really cool. Jeremy, you both would totally like it. It's a really awesome ride.
So next time you go, right? I said apparently you can buy this thing from the web store.
Yeah,
and it'll actually modify your shooter in the ride.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't even remember seeing that because there's a very small Spider-Man related store right outside of the ride. I don't remember seeing that. Maybe it was sold out. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It would be fun to try just to mix it up.
LEDs and it spins and it does like the Doctor Strange, like the weird thing. But
yeah.
Awesome. Apparently, I said it actually modifies the actual ride.
That's cool. No idea. But yeah, the ride was fun. But other than that, we just did the normal Disney stuff, so it was cool. And then, the best part about delaying our trip, we were supposed to go in like October, that didn't happen. We were supposed to go in December, that didn't happen. But we went in March, and then we realized that we could go to Universal Studios too because the Super Nintendo Land opened up like 2 weeks ago. So we got to go to Super Nintendo Land, and that was right. We wanted to do that anyhow. I wasn't sure we were going to be able to make it work, but we did make it work, and it was awesome. And it's super crowded and super packed and kind of ridiculous. But so they have this. We went 2 days. We were able to get there late, and we were able to get in because you have to get reservations, right? You have to do like the virtual line to actually even get into Super Nintendo Land.
It's what they did for Star Wars. It's what they probably did for Star Wars originally.
Yeah, Star Wars back when it first came out. Yeah,
because it's totally secluded. It's totally blocked off, right? You walk through that warp pipe and you're in, and they don't let you leave. If you leave, you don't get to go back in. That kind of stuff, right? So it's totally secluded, at least as of right now. So we were able to get reservations, get in like 8 p.m. on Sunday night. So we were able to check it out for like 2 hours. We got to go on the ride. That was cool. Got to look at the store and do some of the little games. There's interactive games that you get the power up band and you play and you punch the blocks and that kind of stuff. It was cool. As like we all like Nintendo stuff. Everybody likes Mario. Like it was fun. It was really cool.
You can't go wrong with Mario, man.
It's kind of like walking into a Mario game, man. It was cool. The ride was pretty cool. It's kind of like the Spider-Man, like kind of like the Toy Story one where you're in a Mario Kart and you're throwing like turtle shells at the bad guys and stuff, right? But you put this visor on and it's 3D and like you can only see the bad guys and stuff, and it keeps track of your score and all that. So it was really cool too. It wasn't quite. I didn't like it quite as much as the Disney ones, but it was still really cool.
I guess I guess that's the thing now, right? Like you have rides that are more geared for the adults that are like the fast and like shooty rides, but on all these like theme land rides, they seem to be going to like the ride is an interactive game.
Yep.
Right. Because I've seen that at a lot of places that's what they're starting to build.
It's probably a lot cheaper too. Like so where they can
because you don't have to do speed.
Well, it's not even that, right? So it's they can switch over the ride. So now it's kind of like a slot machine. That's why all slot machines are video slot machines now. So you don't have to buy a new slot machine.
Like just reface everything.
You basically hey, load new software onto it, and guess what? It's a brand new ride now. Mm-hmm. Like it's probably like I said it's probably kind of like you have an upfront cost, but like I said, your return opportunity cost is over time because you can just switch the ride out with different software.
Yeah,
and then
it's like a new DLC. You just
exactly
just upload the new game footage and it's a new ride. Yeah,
similar to like what they did Tower of Terror, right? Where it used to be all kind of like animatronic stuff. Mm-hmm. With the Guardians thing, now that's the Guardians. It's all the digital screens now. So to your point, we don't want that to be Guardians anymore.
Yeah.
Facelift on the outside of the building, redo the software, checkbox, it's done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now it's a new crazy ride. It's new.
But and that just does the same thing, moves up and down.
And it totally works for Mario Kart, because literally, like, Mario Kart has a bunch of different levels and stuff. You just, like, you basically run through Rainbow Road and, like, the underwater one, right? You go through each of the kind of main levels for a few seconds. Like, you just switch that up, and then all of a sudden, yeah, bam, brand new ride.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy's totally onto it. But it was fun. I really liked it. We got the reservations for the restaurant sell out really fast in the morning, so we weren't able to do that the first day. But when we bought the tickets, they did this special early entry pass for an additional $20 per person. So we went ahead and did that for Monday. So we got to go in an hour early on our second day. So we were able to get our reservations for the food easy. We were able to go on the ride first. No problem. So that was cool too. Totally worth the $20. Like, it sucks that you have to pay, but again, otherwise you have to get into the park. You have to, like, get in that virtual line. Yeah. Well, no, you have to do it on the app. Like, you have to be able to select your time on the app. You might not be able to go to the afternoon or evening or something. So this way we had it locked down. We were able to go spend our 4 or 5 hours there in the morning and then just go back to the hotel because we were beat.
Nice.
But it was awesome. Food was good and all that too. Merch was okay. Again, it's all just not Disney. Like, Disneyland does stuff so good.
Disney has stuff down to a science, man. Like, if there's anything to say about Disney, is they know how to make the park, right? When they calculate the distance that garbage cans have to be,
I was literally just about to say
throughout
that.
the park.
Yeah.
Where that is down, like, you think, like, oh, they just put garbage cans. No, there is a literal, like, algorithm they use for where to place garbage cans. And it's like, 30 steps,
and then the sense,
from
the actual, like, sense they pump in, I said, to different places. And
there's actually people like sweeping up the trash too. Like, that was the one thing I noticed. There was trash on the ground at Universal. The employees were a little more rude. We saw there was a little girl running up they have the Mario costume characters to come take pictures and stuff. So that morning when we got there early, there's this little girl running up to take a picture with Mario, and like a little girl, like 3 or less, right? Like, she was very little, and like the worker like gently pushed her down. Like, oh, okay. Like, that wouldn't happen in Disney.
She stiff-armed a little girl.
Yeah. Basically, right? Because she was getting too close to Mario. It's like, no. Like, it's like if you're trying to attack the president or something, right? Secret Service was jumping out at you. Like, the dude, like, Secret Service stiff-armed
we got a bogey!
Well, it's not like you're in like freaking like Somalia or something, like, or like
it's a 3-year-old.
Yeah, it was a 3-year-old who wanted to say hi to Mario.
Suicide bomber. It's a 3-year-old.
It was ridiculous, but it was a good it was a good time. It was a good trip. Like I said, we've been planning it for a while, so it was good to actually get to go, COVID or no COVID.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna let you finish. It goes into this thing too. But here, just because in honor of your Taylor Swift, I'm gonna change the.
Very nice. Well, we'll talk about that next time. The full Eras tour recap next week on the STS Guys podcast.
Fun.
Well, see, I'm gonna have my phone. I'm gonna have my phone ready because any TikTokable moments. I mean, no one's seen this tour yet. No one knows the set list. No one knows, I don't know, like, what's going to happen. So,
gotta get it. You gotta be first. You know,
be ready. Yeah.
Hey, you gotta get those reels in. You know,
exactly.
Gotta get them videos. Launch them out there. Yeah.
I'm still loyal to the reels. I will throw it up on reels and see what happens.
Throw it on our official STS Guys channel. And go like, hey, official correspondent.
Exactly. First, right? Opening night. Those little kids don't know. I'm gonna be ready. Yeah. Do we have an inside track to get one of those fancy blue check marks for free? Has anybody said anything about that? I feel like that should be a thing.
No, but we'll find out.
We'll work.
We can ask around. We'll ask around.
That should be a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a thing. We'll quote unquote dog food that.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll ask some questions. So
I don't think it's live yet, but like when it gets live, I bet that's a thing.
But yeah, we'll hook this up.
Sweet. I thought about it the other day. Cool. All right, that's all I got, man. I didn't buy anything. I didn't really watch anything. Like,
yeah, I was
in California,
so I had to leave work yesterday for a very dumb reason. Do you guys want to hear that? Jeremy already knows somewhat what this is. So
I'm confused because you work from home.
I did, but I had to go get my daughter from school.
Oh, okay.
to take her out of school like an hour and a half early, because I knew it was going to take a little bit of time. Basically, so we have a husky. I've shown it. Everyone's seen him. Kona.
Yeah.
He's adorable. He's also dumb as a box of rocks. He is a normal husky. They are not an intelligent breed of dog, right? So my wife has these multivitamins that she has to take right now. They are prescription ones, so they are like higher, like number ones, and they have fish oil, right? And she keeps them in her drawer, like in her nightstand, right? The top drawer. You have to take it right before you go to bed, right? That's the thing. So in the nightstand. It was left a crack open. Now these things have fish oil as the base. They're like a fish oil pill, and then it has all the other vitamins in it, right? So it's like a combination thing. So I'm plugging and chugging away at work, working from home, and all of a sudden, our dog Kona just starts ralphing, and it is sea blue, just blue. But and I was like, and I look and I find out that he had at some point gotten that drawer open, took those specific pills. Mind you, there are candy like bars and other things and like other things in that thing. He implicitly grabbed that box of pills because he's an asshole, ate those, and then started to like vomit. So I had to go. I got my daughter. School's like 2 minutes away, and we had to go take his dumbass to the ER to go get his stomach pumped because it's like lethal doses of iron inside those pills. So stupid dog. Yeah. So I didn't buy anything because I had to go pay for an ER vet visit for the damn dog. So fun day for me.
That's dog's okay though.
Yeah,
he's doing good today.
Completely fine. I mean, they gave him the Amectin or whatever it is, and he just was like, but like everything came out. So
wow,
I felt really sorry because the vet people's literal job was for that day cleaning up blue dog puke.
That's gross.
And they came back out. It was to the point where he started throwing. Like they gave him the shot right to make him throw up. And they had him back in like the ER thing, right? So I wasn't sitting with him. I was out in the thing. Yeah. The nurse came out and was like, question, why is it blue? And I was like, oh. I was like, apparently there's like, it's food dye or whatever to make that's the color of the pills. Okay. And they're like, okay, we were a little concerned because that's not a color we've ever seen.
All right, there you go.
So they're like,
I can relate. I can relate. I said one of my old dogs. I said did that. Where I said they said it was he had just one of my it was when I had Drax, so it's my old Mastiff. Yeah. And he had just had surgery, and then he had basically his whole bottle of like painkillers. I said that he had from his little puppy surgery. And then I said my other asshole dog, I said, ended up eating them all. And then the emergency vet was already overbooked. I said already. So like, hey, I'm like, what can I do? He's like, hey, you just do what we would have done in the office anyway. So make him drink a whole bunch of peroxide. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And so like I go to the closet, get some peroxide and just start like squeezing the bottle and like shoving it in. It was probably like the craziest exorcist looking thing I've ever seen. Like it's just like
how is there? Well, he was a big dog, but yeah,
like with Coda, it was literally the same. Like dog just sitting there. I was like working down in the living room, and all of a sudden he just looks at him, looks me dead in the eyes, and then just all of a sudden just goes, and it's blue, like the ocean blue is coming out of his mouth.
Something's happening. Something's happening.
Yeah, the whole time I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, this isn't good.
Yeah, it was a shocker, to say the least, of just, yeah.
Well, any puke
it was
good,
the color, and I will tell you this. I said before, its base is fish or like shrimp oil. This was it. If I go out into my living room right now, I can still smell that shit. That scent. I have cleaned it. I have run the carpet cleaner over there. I have like put everything. It is.
It's a gift that keeps giving.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Indeed, it is. It is an interesting smell. Regurgitated fish oil vitamins.
That is gross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jeremy, what about you? Do you have anything going on?
Only thing I got going on is I said I went and saw Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah.
How was
So
that?
it was okay. Like
I had no idea that was even a thing until like Funko announced the pop.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what's a cocaine bear? And then I saw, oh, there's a trailer.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I said it wasn't.
I mean, it's a
necessarily
movie about a
all that
bear
good.
doing cocaine. Like, how good is it
Yeah,
supposed to be?
It's like
Well-
it's like the callback to the old school B movies, right? Like
Well-
it's the love letter to those.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
But I don't know if it's
I expected
great.
more like funny, like I said, ness out of it. Like I said,
Yeah.
it was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but it was like yes, eh. The only other thing.
So did they lean into the B moviness, or did they try to make it
Oh yeah,
more
they
serious?
They totally leaned
Oh,
into the beat movie.
But
Okay,
It's-
as long as they did that, I think I'll be okay. Like as long as
I
they,
know, like
they know that it's a
like the-
shit movie.
like the bear was jonesing for cocaine, like said the entire movie, and then went and like said then as soon as he basically didn't have cocaine, he started killing people. Like it's just
okay.
Yep.
It's more of a wait for Netflix than go see it in the
Yeah.
theater kind of deal.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. What is
the other-
this?
The other thing was like I said there's this artist I said on Instagram who makes these
Okay.
amazing fan posters, like fan driven posters. So like has some freaking amazing Photoshop skills. And so I messaged the guy and he's like, hey, hey, do you have, I said, like, these are pretty cool. I'm like, I'd like to make some prints out of those. Like, hey, here, let me send you the files. And he's like, just take some pictures and share them. I said, share them what you do.
Cool.
So then Larry hooked me up with a metallic print company. I said, it's hard to see in the photo. I said, but these are actually metallic prints. But yeah, so I got a Daredevil Born Again. I said metallic little mini poster, and then a Last of Us. I said that's a metallic mini poster. And then it just so happens that at Dallas Fan Expo, Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio,
Rosario
John
Dawson.
Bernthal, and Rosario Dawson, they're all gonna be there.
That's pretty good.
So I'm gonna have a little cast sign thing from Daredevil Born Again,
Yeah,
and then
well-
they just announced that John Bernthal, like I said, this was before this was even official, right? John Bernthal was on the fan poster, but then he's actually going to be in Daredevil Born Again. So
Yeah,
Cool. That's awesome. It's cool that all four of them are going to be there.
yeah.
So right, that's like you said, it's an instant, pretty cool cast piece. Not just one or two. Four is pretty solid.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so guy did an awesome job. So like I said, he's super
Yeah,
super
they're
cool
very
guy.
cool.
He's
So-
from Brazil, I think, too.
Oh, wow.
He's a pretty cool guy.
That's crazy. Yeah. Is The Last of Us? There's one person from The Last of Us.
There's
going
one
to
person so
Fan
far.
Expo, right? Yeah.
I said there's some rumors of some others. So
Yeah,
that's
cool.
coming.
I mean,
But yeah.
either way, you like that show. It's
Yeah.
a cool print. I mean, they might turn up somewhere at some point. So
Yeah.
it's a good
Gabriel
start.
Luna. So Gabriel Luna, who
Okay.
played Tommy, is coming to the convention. But yeah, no, Dallas Fan Expo is I'm actually kind of surprised. I said they have some
not bad.
stacked guests. I said that are coming.
Oh yeah, it's actually really good.
Yeah, they have.
Wait,
have quite
it's so I've sort of been paying attention, but so first off, Dallas Fan Expo is in June 9th through 11th, so it's 3 months away. But yeah, it's got Hayden Christensen,
yeah.
right? Anakin.
I see, dude. Chevy Chase.
Chevy
Chase.
I'm going to tell you right now. I think this is the first time I've ever seen Chevy Chase at a
He was at-
convention.
He was at the one that Mike.
Steel City Con.
Steel
He was
City. He
yeah.
did that one. Yeah.
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 But it just goes to show though, because I see the guest announcements for Phoenix Fan Fusion and Dallas Fan
that's
Expo coming
nothing.
out. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, Phoenix Fan
Yeah.
Fusion. I'm like, they're putting you to shame.
Yeah.
It's, there's
I
not
mean,
much
come on.
for our
Dallas
Phoenix.
even got Mr. Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
The Fonz himself is going to be showing up in Dallas.
Yeah, a couple Cobra Kai people. Oh, The Office. Right.
Got Peter Weller.
Oh yeah, RoboCop.
Oh, Sean
that's
Gunn.
cool. Yeah.
So it's gonna be a cool little convention. So
Steve from Blue's Clues.
yeah,
Christina Ricci. Yeah, it's actually it's the Stranger Things guy, Joseph Quinn.
Yeah.
I forget his character's name.
Eddie.
Eddie. Yeah, Eddie, right? The metallic
Eddie.
guy. Yeah, it's a pretty good list. Yeah. Where Phoenix has I click on guests, it doesn't even show me anything. Oh, there we go. Actors. Phoenix has
And they still
nothing.
they said on their Twitter the other day they still have like a whole bunch of other people to announce too, like
for Fan Expo. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Phoenix Fan Fusion one. It's super short, right? It's Anson Mount, Star Trek guy, Ashley Eckstein, whatever. There's a couple other Star Wars, like Clone Wars people. Kathy and Jimmy. All right, that one I'm excited about because she was.
Yeah, I'm excited about
King
that
of
one.
the Hill.
I said I will have to pay you and
Yeah.
get you something because I'm like,
Yeah, let me know.
I need a Peggy Hill.
Yeah, let me know what you want. I already have I've got like a cast photo thing that I found that I'm just waiting to print. I'll have to show you what it looks like.
Yeah, show me what it is.
Okay, they also have
that one's happening.
Edward James Olmos is going to be there too.
Yeah,
you got Edward James Olmos. William
Shatner, like it's I don't know, it's okay, but there's other than the King of the Hill, there's nobody I care about. It's all right.
It's mostly like voice actors. Like as I'm looking at it, like
and not even like any anime voice actors or anything, like because you didn't even talk about the anime people at Fan Expo. Like there's a bunch of those.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't even touched. That's the thing.
Like
when I was going through Fan Expo, I just went through the celebrity guest. Yeah.
And it's the same time frame, June 4th or June 2nd through 4th. So it's the weekend. Phoenix is the weekend before Dallas. Dallas has quite a list of guests already, and Phoenix is looking a little thin.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go regardless. Like,
oh no, absolutely.
But if it was the other way around, right? Like this is downtown Phoenix. It's like 45 minutes for me. Dallas is like 3 hours from you guys. I don't know if I'd drive 3 hours for this one. If it was, it would be questionable unless I really just wanted to go.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm driving for
like totally worth it. And it's a good time. Just hang out in Dallas for the weekend too. Just get away.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, it'll be nice. Plus, I said all the Daredevil people. Like I said, they were coming. Cool. So there was the GalaxyCon Austin. I said where like I said Vincent D'Onofrio was going to be coming anyways, and so cool. I wanted to go to that, but I'm like, hey, might as well just do this. And then like I said, the way we did Dallas Fan Expo last time, I'm like, I said with the old pass action.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's some cutscenes abilities. I said so you don't have to wait in line.
Yeah, that's very cool. That always comes in handy. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, the GalaxyCon Austin has Charlie Cox too, right? Like Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox. That's pretty good for that, and William Shatner, like the best guest at Phoenix Fan Fusion. Like also at this one. Yeah. Plus more Star Trek people. Whatever. Just whatever. I'm gonna go. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be an okay time.
No, it'll be good. I said you get to meet Peggy Hill.
I know, that's all I care about. I get to meet
Peggy Hill.
It makes me regret not going to Hill Country Comic Con and seeing John Redcorn.
I know, me too. Like so I'm like I would have wanted to see John Redcorn because you could have started like a King of the Hill cast piece.
Yep. I thought about it, but I'm like, what am I going to do with
the revival coming out now? Confirmed. Coming out.
Yeah. Like, well, regrets. If he comes, like, there's a really good chance he'll come back to Hill County Comic Con or Hill Country Comic Con. Chance, and
I will look out for
figure it out.
So we will exchange and get a King of the Hill
tradesies.
Tradesies going on.
So I was looking at GalaxyCon. I didn't even see that Ross Marquand was going to be there. So I guess the new Red Skull, right? Like,
and Walking Dead. Yeah. He's cool. Yeah, you guys will have to check that out. And all that was the one with all the Boy Meets World people too, except for Ben Savage.
Come on,
it's not bad.
You got Dave Foley coming to Austin. Get some Kids in the Hall action.
Yeah, that one will be interesting because that one Comic-Con I went to in Austin was terrible. So this has to be a slight upgrade from that one.
It has to be. Yeah, I remember the Wizard World one. I said that I went to.
That you went to is awful
terrible.
Too. Yeah,
that's terrible.
The bar is set really low, GalaxyCon. Like you don't have to do much.
Yeah.
That's what September, right, for Austin?
Yeah, something like that.
I think so. Yeah. I don't see it. It should be.
Yeah, September 1st through the 3rd.
Okay, cool.
Scott, we'll go.
Yeah, you'll have to go.
We'll go for sure. Yeah, since unfortunate timing, I will not be able to go to Dallas this time.
No,
so,
that's okay.
Yep. So we'll head down to
But
we'll do the one here in Austin.
If you need anything from Dallas, just let me know.
I'll look through the guest list. I'll let you know. If I can go to the same guys, it would be D'Onofrio. Honestly,
Yeah.
I would love to get something signed from him. But if he's going to be in Austin, then I don't necessarily need to have one for Dallas. So I'll have to look and see if there is anything left over.
Wait.
I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, that'd be what. Ed says Ben Savage is busy running for Congress. That is ridiculous. One thing popped up today that I did not know. A favorite of this podcast, Frankie Muniz. Did you know he's a NASCAR driver now?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well,
He
and
was
then
in
I
town
saw
for the NASCAR race.
Well, that I saw our old friend SP Falcon. As I got to meet him.
Yeah, that's how I knew.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. So then I Googled it, and he's a NASCAR guy now. That's really cool. I would have went to see Frankie Muniz. I love Malcolm.
And apparently he's good and actually qualified. I said actually to be in the race.
Okay, yeah, that's huge, right? And the main race too, because don't they have other races? I think so. Yeah, the fact that he's, I remember he was always into cars and stuff, right? Because he bought all those, he bought the Fast and Furious cars a long time ago. He had Jesse's Jetta, but I think he was always kind of into racing. He was in that movie where he was that wheelchair kid in racing. So maybe it all spun from that Disney Channel movie.
He's Agent Cody Banks. He can do anything.
Yeah. Agent Cody.
Galactic Brat said his band played across from our ice cream shop once.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
that's a busy dude, man.
So, yeah. So back he lives in. I don't know. Maybe he's moved. I don't think so. He still lives in Scottsdale. I think he still does because he did his first major race was at the. I guess Firebird Phoenix. Right here, the Phoenix one, right? Yeah. So it looks like he's still in Arizona, but my wife and I would go up to one of the the revolving sushi places that was up there, and he would be there all the time, and he would have his drumsticks, and he'd be tapping around drums and stuff so you could run into him quite a bit. Hell, I have a bunch of his olive oils still for that business before he let go.
Yeah, so that's because he moved on to NASCAR, right? He's a busy guy.
He sold his olive oil company.
Interest change
to go to NASCAR.
Yeah, I mean, wait. I'm a little jealous. That's cool. He moves on from one cool thing to another.
Because my wife bought a bunch of olive oil from him, he sent
that's awesome.
This
that's a great
with one of their olive oils.
That's a great picture too.
But he was like, oh, if you bought more than $100 in an order,
yeah.
So
I want to say I'm surprised he's not doing conventions and stuff, but he doesn't have to because he
does other
racing
stuff.
Stock cars. He's got too much other stuff going on.
Yeah.
What about the brother, Reese? What's that guy doing?
No one remember who that is.
I would like a Malcolm in the Middle reunion. Get the brothers, maybe the mom. She's probably not doing anything.
Oh, she's doing a lot of stuff.
Is she? Jane Kasmerick?
Yeah, she she does a lot of. I think she's still doing voice acting now. She was just on something that I saw. She was. Yeah, they're actually busy, but I want. So there's Reese, or what's the youngest brother's
Dewey
name? Dewey, yeah.
Dewey.
That kid is probably the one where I haven't seen him in.
He was
quite a while.
He was in that Christmas movie. He was in what was it? Christmas with the Cranks.
Yeah, that was in 2004.
Yeah, I don't think he does anything. He's 30. I mean, we're old too, but he's 31 years old now.
Yeah,
Eric.
His last movie was in 2000. His last IMDb credit, because I had to look it up, was in 2010. Let me make sure he doesn't have a
quote from his Wikipedia. What's up, Jamie? Right, he has kept a low profile, being notably absent from several Malcolm in the Middle cast reunions. So apparently he's not interested. So I guess there will be no con with Dewey anytime soon.
Why not? That's
I feel eventually he's going to want some money, and
he'll
do it.
Yeah. Because everyone loves Dewey's, man. Like, come on, he was one of the best ones. Being the younger kid, he took the blame for everything.
Stevie's not doing anything. Like,
or all the rest of the clairvoyants,
Yeah. The teacher, that guy.
Yeah.
Like, there's enough. Like, you could get a D-list Malcolm in the Middle group together, because you're not getting the dad, right? Bryan Cranston's
got too much stuff going on. Yeah,
Bryan Cranston is just freaking. He's got movies. He's got his tequila so that he's slinging.
Freaking SV Falcon met that dude too. That dude's all over the place. That was Super Bowl week.
SV Falcon.
Yeah, Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston were at Total Wine in my old neighborhood, like an hour plus away.
Well, then Ed mentions Hayden Panettiere still does stuff. Yeah, well, I think she was in this. She's in the Scream movie, isn't she?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. I remember her from Heroes, but that was a really long time
that's
ago.
Again another thing. Like, that's how we know we're old. That's how I know we're old, is because when we're remembering these things, like, oh yeah, she was in all this new stuff or all this stuff, and it's like all things from like the mid 2000s. Hayden Panettiere is in Scream 6.
She is. She was also in Nashville from 2012 to 2018, like that NBC or ABC, like, I don't know, soap drama opera series. Yeah. So like evening soap opera thing. Yeah. Heroes was 2006. So yep. Just 18 years ago.
Yeah. Like I said, like, as we look at it, all the stuff that was like mid 2000s, we think it's not that long ago.
It's a
long time ago.
Yeah. That's one show.
That's kind of depressing.
Like, Dewey needs to team up with somebody and do a Malcolm in the Middle podcast. Isn't that the cool thing to do now? Right? Like the Boy Meets World one and the Scrubs one. And I saw there's a Wizards of Waverly Place one too, with the dad and like Selena Gomez's best friend on the show.
Of course you brought up. Okay, I need to have $1 for every time he brings up Wizards of Waverly Place, because I would actually make some money. It is odd how much you have brought that show up.
I didn't know I do that, but it is a good show. It's a good show. Like, Ian was little, and we'd watch Wizards of Waverly Plays in the afternoons on the
I have
channel.
never seen it.
I'm just going to tell you right now, it is like we're at 235 episodes, and I'm going to pull up the percentage here just to go through, because I guarantee you it's been at least 5 episodes where you have brought that up. Which means that you have brought that up in about 2% of our.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, like, what's the over under on like 12 Wizards of Waverly Place mentions? Like, I feel like it's.
I think I'm gonna say at a minimum it's 5. I'm saying a minimum it's 5.
I mean, it's right up there with like Saved by the Bell. It's the random like kid sitcoms that pop into my head. Whatever. Selena Gomez is awesome. I've seen Selena Gomez in concert. Did you know that?
That doesn't shock me.
No, it was at it was at like a radio thing, like with like a festival.
Was that pre-kidney or post-kidney?
Good question. Probably pre.
Yeah, when was this?
It was I don't remember. It was like her. She was there like Flow Ride. I was there. Some other band. I don't remember. There's like, I don't know. It was one of those things where like 5 or 6 people, and she wasn't the main reason we went, but she was there.
It's like one of those things. Like I remember it was like 2001 or 2, and I was at like one of those like festival things, and they brought up somebody, like, now I'm even drawing a blank who it was, but it was like this up and coming artist, and no one had ever heard of them, and they actually turned out to be somebody like kind of like a Selena Gomez that was on TV and stuff.
And then that up and coming artist became Fallout Boy, or whatever.
Yeah, no, it was. Right? This is gonna drive me nuts now.
I was starting naming people like Britney Spears.
No, it wasn't Britney Spears.
Pink,
like it was
the Backstreet Boys, Justin Timberlake.
No, like female.
Beyonce.
That was
Leanne Rimes.
Not Leanne Rimes, but like kind of like pop singer was also like did TV. Yeah, like
Hilary Duff.
Not
Lizzie McGuire.
That's
the Victorious girl.
That's another said over under. I said it's Hilary Duff references. There's also
it's been a minute, but I do remember bringing up Hilary Duff before.
It was,
Ariana Grande.
No, it was Mandy Moore.
Oh,
I think at the time when she was doing like singing.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like, it was
She
Mandy
started off-
Moore.
yeah, she was in the
And-
like Britney Spears era. I heard her
Yeah,
like she was on she was on our like
Yeah.
2000s Spotify playlist that we listened to on the way to California.
yeah, exactly. It was one of those ones where like they're like
I
Mandy
remember
Moore,
her.
and everyone's like, okay, and she sang all these songs, and no one was singing because no one knew the songs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, it was like on TV, and we're like, isn't that the person we saw at that random thing? It was like,
Yeah.
it was not a great concert. Like it was they were the headliner, and no one knew who they were. So let's just say the bands before that, no one knew either.
Ed, Hillary Duff, Ed gets it. It's a good show. Lizzie McGuire. You didn't watch Lizzie McGuire? Just like that was pre like Wizards of Waverly Place, but I've been a Disney Channel fan way back.
Throwback.
She was just on something the other day.
Hillary Duff.
Yeah, like a TV show. So that How I Met Your Father show.
That's a show. Like that's an actual show. I did.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I never watched How I Met Your Mother, so I thought that was like a joke that it was How I Met Your Father, but
nope, it's an actual show.
Okay.
Yeah, Ed just brings it up. I was like, dude, I know I remember seeing her on something.
Yeah, she's the star. Ed,
and I was like, wait.
Ed's up on it too. Like I had no idea. Good for her. Still, right? Because she was kind of that child actress from early, like 99, 2000, I think was when Lizzie McGuire was on. Right. So she's still around. That's cool. Good for her. Good for Hillary Duff. Is there a Lizzie McGuire podcast, like celebrity podcast? Because there probably should be. What's Miranda doing?
I'm surprised if there's not a Hillary Duff podcast, Larry. I think
to the point is, I'm sure there are plenty of podcasts.
Like
is there an official celebrity run one? I don't think so.
Yeah, there should be.
That's
the thing, man. That's how you make a couple bucks. And like I was looking at the Spotify charts, or like not Spotify, Apple Podcasts, like charts, like for the top like TV movie podcasts. It's like it's all the celebrity ones now. Like little podcasts like us don't stand a chance unless you're Kevin from The Office. Yeah, like, you don't get any. No one wants to listen to us. We weren't on a sitcom.
Yeah, right.
Hey, maybe we need to get on a sitcom, and then people want to listen to us.
Scott and I should do a Walker podcast because we were extras on the Walker reboot, so it totally works.
I think you should.
Yeah. I think we could pitch that, write up a press release, and be like,
"There I am.
Larry,
there's Larry.
Episode
there's
whatever
Larry.
in episode whatever.
Yeah.
You may remember us from that 5 seconds on screen. Well, here we are with a Walker podcast that no one's going to listen to."
You could spend like an entire season on the 5 seconds to screen time.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what was really going through your head at this moment in time?
When I'm going like this in the background,
and
right?
Scott can go into his actual acting in regards to like, hey, guess what? I actually wasn't clapping, but it looked like I was clapping.
You had to clap. You had to do this, right?
Yeah. I saw there was a hilarious thing on Instagram Reels or whatever. It was showing like the background scenes from a Disney Channel show. Surprise, surprise! Of the background actors like pretending they were eating ice cream, and they were making fun of them because the spoon never went to their mouth. Like one dude squirted a fake ketchup bottle, and like it was completely obvious that they weren't doing those things. And it reminded me of mine and Scott's time being an extra. Like I said, you don't really clap, you don't really drink your drink, you just kind of pretend.
Yeah. Or you sit in the back and you have to talk, but you can't have it audible on the mic. So you have to talk really quiet. But if you don't talk and you just move your mouth, it doesn't look right. So you actually have to say at least something.
Exactly.
My favorite part was because I wore this gray shirt. The guy, whoever the director was like this person. So when they were talking on the celebrities, the guy kept pointing at me, and it meant that I had to walk in front of the. When he pointed at me, it was screen wipe the camera.
Yeah.
Because it was the good color that would pop and like would actually like catch on the camera when I walked by it. So about 6 or 7 times they were doing these conversations, and the guy would point at me, and I'd have to walk in front of the camera. And then he'd point at me, and I'd walk in front of the camera.
There's an episode or two. Like we could do a whole episode about how they wouldn't let me wear my STS Guys shirt, and how like I had to wear boots instead of my Vans.
Yes.
Like,
here, so you guys start the Walker podcast. Since Scott has more screen time than you, Larry, I think Scott also needs an OnlyFans.
Ooh.
He could
demand
basically
is
have
there.
spicy Walker content.
I think it's like
He can wear the gray shirt.
I'll wear the gray
Oh
polo.
my God, the
gray
Right,
shirt?
the gray
Hold on,
polo
by the camera.
that I was wearing. Yeah, because I think all in all, it's about 15 seconds that I was seen. So
I would subscribe.
thank you. You might be my only one.
Only fan singular. There you go.
Sorry, I would make my parents subscribe. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
we love you, Scott.
If they have a chance to see the gray shirt,
Yeah, who knows, right?
well,
Like every picture you post is
every
only
picture-
the gray shirt.
Exactly.
Just
Every
the gray
picture you
shirt.
post, it's just the gray shirt.
Like different places, right? You're out and about, gray shirt. In
So
the
is that-
bathroom, gray shirt.
Galactic Brat brings up Hardcore Pawn.
Hardcore Pawn is a great show.
I remember.
It
that
is a great show.
Is that the
But to their
Detroit
point,
one?
like
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Detroit one.
Yeah.
include it. But that always brings me up to like, so if you go to the what is it, Gold Pawn in
Silver
Vegas,
Pawn in
Gold and
Vegas,
Silver
yeah.
Pawn in
Yeah.
Vegas,
Yeah.
like with the way they shoot that show is from very interesting angles. If you go into it, I would say that the pawn area is probably about 2 of these bedrooms,
Yes.
and that's it. It is not a very big store. And the whole rest of the building
Merch.
is merch.
Yeah.
They like knocked down a wall for another business and made that into a merch store. Their merch section is bigger than the actual pawn section
That
in
is
the
true.
pawn stores.
I mean, you got to sell your Chumley shot glasses, so
Yeah.
I get it.
We've
It's
been
Vegas.
so I used to Jeremy and I practically would be in Vegas every other weekend if you counted between the two of us, right? When we were still in Phoenix. And so I've been up there. I've been up there when they're filming. And I will tell you that's another one. Everything is set up. It is all set up. There is the like it's
I mean, I
all
get it.
fake.
You got to
Yeah.
bring, especially like that kind of show. You got to have interesting stuff come in, so you kind of got to set it up, right?
you set it up and
No one
half the
wants
stuff
to-
is fake.
They want to
Yeah.
see boring stuff, so you bring in some cool stuff, like
And some of the stuff is they don't actually buy or sell, like
Not-
where the people bring it in. And they're like,
Really?
"Oh, we bought this for this much money. It's there."
They
And
just
they're
leave
like-
with it.
And the guy walks out with it. Like at
Yeah.
the end of it, it's like I just brought in my collector's item. They pretended they bought it, did a valuation thing or whatever, and I left and made it for great TV.
Thinking of this hardcore pawn, right? And then it makes me think of, like I said, remember back in the day you used to have cops, but then you had the advertisements for the cops you could order, the cops too hot for TV.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like the,
So-
the VHS or the
Exactly,
DVD.
exactly.
Yes.
Every show that's
Needs
ever
it too hot
produced
for
now
TV?
needs it too hot for TV.
Yeah.
Pawn Stars, too hot for TV.
I don't think I want to see too much TV Chumley.
Well, no. Well,
No, but like fights or somebody
It's like
stealing
fights,
stuff, and
it's
Chumley has
like
to chase
person.
somebody down. And
yeah,
the drunk Vegas lady comes in and drops her pants, or
exactly.
whatever.
Or
you know?
shits her pants. Heck,
Yeah,
right?
there
Just
you
the
go.
pants,
That-
which is
that's
pretty
more
common.
realistic.
That's the
Exactly.
thing that I go look for out in Vegas is the poo pants.
Yeah, but like
because there's
but-
always a poo pants person in Vegas. If you look hard enough on the strip, you will see somebody who has
like,
pooed their pants.
hey, you know,
on
like
the
so
strip.
one of my favorite songs, Yellowstone, too hot for TV.
Yeah,
It
isn't
could
that just
be-
a blooper reel?
They should bring
Well,
that
yeah, exactly. But like, it could be anything crazy. Like I said, everything has a too hot for TV.
for like what's that Alec Baldwin movie where he shot somebody? That one could have a too hot for TV.
Rust, too hot
Yeah.
for TV.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude's
Aw.
going. This is getting charged with manslaughter at this
Yeah.
point.
Hmm.
So
So I was thinking, like, what could Yellowstone be? They have guns, right? Like, shoot somebody, but no, that's
No. So
that's
the
not
too
okay.
hot for TV for Yellowstone is like they actually it's legitimately on a ranch, and so like the too hot for TV is, hey, maybe they're making like hamburgers out of the cows or something. Like, I don't know.
you could-
Yeah.
like me driving the other day, turned the corner. So I live, for anybody who knows, I live boonies adjacent, right? It's all cow farms, just a little bit up the way. And there's like a windy road that's a nice back kind of sneaky way for me to get to the grocery store. I don't have to go through all the main roads. I can drive these little back country roads. One of them, there's a farm right there. You make this like 90-degree turn, and you basically have to do like a Z shape, right? Like you do a 90-degree turn, then 90 the other way. And so I went to go make the first 90-degree turn, and right there, cow just peeing over the fence onto the road.
There you
Like
go. There's your
it
2 hot
was
for
that-
TV.
that's the 2 hot for
Exactly.
TV is the cow
Exactly.
pissing on the, just in the background, just unleashing the gallons of piss. That was like I had to like swerve
2
the
hot for
car.
TV.
I had to
2 hot
swerve
for
the
TV.
car not to get it peed on by the cow.
STS Guys, 2 hot for TV.
Yep. Interesting. That needs to come back.
Yeah.
That
It needs to come back. Like I said, like
Yep.
it used to be 3 commercials that all came out at the same point in time. It was the cops, the 2 hot for TV. It was the Girls Gone Wild videos.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was one more. I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was like a trifecta of like, hey, call this number and order these VHS tapes because I said your life wouldn't be the same without these VHS tapes.
Well, you also had like the lonely girls or the lonely guys hotline, right? Where the 900
Yeah.
numbers and
Yeah.
stuff. They're like, call and talk to sexy ladies.
Call
Those
cinnamon.
those middle of the night ones, like you got a good share of those.
Uh,
Those aren't a thing
I-
anymore, I don't think.
I
Last
still
of
laugh.
Us,
I
2 hot
still-
for TV. Cordyceps Gone Wild.
Yeah, I still remember one of those numbers. Maybe it's still they might still work, but it was 1-900 wet butt because if you type on like
Yeah,
most of those
whatever.
numbers had like a clever ploy of 7 letters. To
It
try to
worked.
get-
20
and
years
it worked.
later, plus you remember 1-800 or 1-900 wet.
It worked. I still remember 1-900 wet butt. Galactic Brack brings up the Psychic Friends Network with the psychic hotlines that used to
Oh,
be able to
there you go.
call.
That was a good one.
So
Like, yeah.
God, I had Sylvia Brown on there. Like,
those are call the lady, which basically would just give you a horoscope at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's a thing kids nowadays will never know. No,
because like I said, they had the internet. And they
Yeah,
had,
you could just do whatever.
Well, here's the thing. I said they don't have to buy their
Yeah,
their,
was
their
it- was
adult
it-
material from VHS tapes. I said
Yeah.
over a late night of cops. I said now they can just look it up online.
And
Yeah,
it's I'm
fun.
thinking was Miss Cleo, right? Wasn't that the
Yeah, Miss
psychic
Cleo.
name called Miss Cleo?
Yeah. Wonder what she's doing nowadays. Miss Cleo, American television actress. Oh, she died in 2016.
Oh, so she's not doing much now.
I wonder if she saw that coming. She was 53. She was very young.
Yeah.
What a shame. Gone too soon.
All right. Well, I'm looking at the time here. I think that we've shot the shit quite
Yeah.
effectively.
Well done. But
So
well,
Larry-
Whoa. Okay, hey, just real quick.
yeah.
Real quick, I need to share my screen real quick, just because
All
we were talking about it. I would feel bad for a podcasting audience if I didn't share this.
We need to see it.
If you go to archive.org, they have
Nice.
archive.
Oh, they have a too hot for TV.
Cops Too
top.
Hot for TV Deluxe VHS trailer. I thought it was.
Transfer. No, it's the full.
Oh,
it's the full movie.
Oh, you can
They
watch it.
typed
Oh,
it.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's not trailer. That's transfer.
Oh, you
that
can
means
watch
somebody
it. Oh, yeah.
somebody ripped that to
Somebody
to
ripped
digital.
the transfer. I said to this. So like, hey,
Well
archive.org.
done.
Cops Too Hot for TV. I said the VHS transfer is out there. So if you want to, I said if you want some entertainment from 1995.
I mean, I've always kind of wanted to know it was on. Cops Too Hot for TV.
That's the one where they
Uh,
didn't censor out the nudity and that sort of stuff too.
The
So
words you
when they
couldn't
have
say
the
on
naked
Fox.
person, they had the naked person on meth that was running. It was, I mean, they'd still do the face, right? But they would be like, "Oh, look, there's boobies." But like,
Yeah, and then
I'm not wanting
I
to-
think they would actually show people doing drugs too. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm just like-
So-
I haven't
Oh,
seen
yeah.
it forever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they would be like sitting there like with the pipe and stuff, and you'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay." But it was not like to Jeremy's point. They put those on at the same time as the Girls Gone Wild. Way different stuff, right? There was way more issue, or like it was way more tame on the cop side. It was just more like they didn't bleep out the cursing. Like it was
Yeah.
that's the sort of
And
stuff that you
the stuff that was too rough to watch on TV, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, the things that
people
for
getting in
whatever
actual
reason.
fights and hitting each other, and
yeah, for whatever reason it didn't make sense to put on TV. So interesting.
I know
all
what
right,
I'm
cool.
watching later.
Yeah, I'm interested. I went to archive.org right now. So if you like going to archive.org, you might as well like follow us on where are we at? We're on Instagram at STS Guys. We are on Twitter at STS Guys. And guess what? We're on Facebook at the STS Guys, and I'm Larry from the STS Guys.
Shilling like a villain.
Show him like a villain.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
Ding, 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 da, da, ding, ding, indeed. And if you like coffee or super rad merch, you should check out Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. That's right, Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. They have a great community and super supportive, and we love those guys. And Scott's got that awesome hat right there. You can check them out, and if you use the link in the YouTube notes or our Instagram bio, you can save on your first order. Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. It's the best.
It's the best.
And if you like podcasts, guess what? I've got some friends who have podcasts.
I don't have friends. I got family.
That's right. Check out our podcast family, like Pop Collectors Alliance.
Whoa, they're back?
Still, they're back. They haven't missed a week all year. They're podcasting more than us. They're I don't know. I haven't listened, but they're definitely back. So check out Pop Collectors Alliance. They might be at Fan Expo Dallas. Who knows? Check out Secondary Heroes. They don't miss a week either. Those guys are good. Average Nerd Podcast, Nerdy Curious. They were live earlier today. Movie retakes. Not sure if that's a thing anymore. Toy Rewind Podcast. That's definitely still a thing. 3 Beers and a Mic. Totally a thing. Just a little podcast. And Raw Boys is dead. So check out Galactic Brat. She does some awesome streams on the Twitch. Check out Ed on Twitter at Buttwasted because he's a good guy.
Shout out to Jessica for winning the Funko Photo Day.
Yeah. Shout out to Jessica.
She got that prize the other day, I saw.
Yeah, that was cool. Proto, and then traded it for a Proto she wanted more. So that was cool. Yeah, very nice. All right, that's all I got.
Jeremy, do your thing.
All right. So for episode 235 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.